Hello and welcome to another episode of Market Track with Abuzar. We are headed towards the end of July and still seeing a very hot market in Ottawa. Houses are selling in multiple bids, over asking. So let's take a look at what's been happening in the past few weeks. Stay tuned. We are on week 29 since all this COVID started happening, and if that's as if we set the starting point at February 3rd and count the weeks until now, so we're on week 29. Taking a look at the new listings for both residential and condominiums, 2019 versus 2020. Initially, we were seeing a bit of a stall. Everything was starting to slow down maybe for about 40 to 45 days or so. And then all of a sudden we start seeing a much more active market. We went right back to where we had left off with the activity. And the graphs will show this as well. So we are seeing on week 28, week 29, that the number of listings have started to increase. I feel like the market is still balancing itself, and this will continue for the months to come, pending on the news with COVID and what happens in the months to come. But this is very positive compared to the previous year, if you want to go on a week basis. And as we go along, we'll get more specific into the residential freeholds versus the condominiums between 2019 and 2020. So looking at the sold properties by week, we can see that it's basically the numbers are increasing. The number of solds between the residential and condominiums, and we're headed in the same direction, whereas there was quite a bit of a drop in the number of sales in 2019, and that's because again we are adjusting to all that's been happening. In a normal market, we would see vacationing, a lot of people going on vacations around August, so the number of sales would slightly drop. September, kids going back to school, and then we would see another increase around October before winter started. But I feel like what we're seeing right now will continue because the few weeks that we fell behind up and until next spring. Okay, so taking a look at the average sale price, again, we have gone above 2019 in average sale price as well, and the number seems to be steady going and increasing as we go to week 30 since all this started, and that's the residential and condominium together. Okay, so now let's take a look at the average sale price by week. We can see that it's the 2020, the graph line is it's basically balancing and it's adjusting itself. We can see it's very similar to what it was on week 23 compared to 2019, and it's following the same pattern as 2019, as things are getting normal and we're falling into the stage 3 of the COVID plan. So that's for the residential, and for the condominiums, quite similar. Things are, the average sale price is still up. It has increased, and that's again due to the low inventory and a higher number of buyers, active buyers, and the interest rates are really helping as well because people want to take advantage of the low interest rates. And from my understanding, by talking to a mortgage specialist, it seems that this will continue into 2023 as well, these low rates. All right, so let's take a look at more specific charts, and that's for, first off, for residential freehold. So that's a non-condominium units sold, and that includes detached, townhouses, semi-detached. Now, if you want to get more specific, yes, we should take a look at, you know, singles, semi-detached, and townhouses separately for every single area in order to be able to compare the statistics. Okay, so looking at the active listings and the number of sales. So how many active listings we've had per month, and in return, how many have sold. So taking a look at July 2020, we've had 654 homes listed and 692 sold. And the comparison, 2019, we had much more listings during July. That's 1,355 and versus 940 units sold. So we are seeing a similar activity by week when we take a look at it, but monthly when we take a look at it, we're still low on inventory, but the number of sales are significantly close in range and even exceeding the number of listings. So taking a look at the days on the market. So how long normally on average does it take for a freehold property, a non-condominium, to sell? For July, we're looking at 13 days on average. And looking at July of 2019, it was actually more than that. So on average, 19 days for a property to sell. And we are actually declining. So we're seeing the average number of deals decreasing, which shows us that we are in a very, very competitive market overall. And even these 13 days, sometimes agents, we set up, when a property gets listed, we have a few days for people to see the property, and we set offer dates. So I would say even that 13 days, it's even less than that. Like number of the average sales will be even less than the 13 days. I probably put it right around the ballpark of maybe 9 to 10 days now. The way they are moving. Not every property falls under this. I mean, it's got to be they have to have a special characteristic, the home. If they need a lot of work, a lot of updating, and again, depending on the area, that makes a huge difference in terms of whether the property sells fast or not. If it's priced right, some properties are overpriced, they need work, and they might not be in a hot spot in the city. We still see properties like that sitting on the market. So everything has to be lined up for that property to sell and fall within this criteria. Taking a look at the sold price to original price ratio for July, we are seeing close to 103% to the list price, the sold price, and whereas in July 2019, it was close to asking. So again, this is in general, but it provides us an idea of as to what is going on. Looking at now at the condominiums, so non-freehold condominiums, and these condo units are, again, the range varies from high rises, low rises, to townhomes, old and new. So again, if you want to be specific in terms of whether a 3-story condo town, how it's moving, how it's selling, that's something I can provide you guys if you get in touch with me directly. Okay, so looking at the active listings versus the number of sales in July 2020, we've had 435 condo units listed and 324 sold, versus July 2019, where we had much more listings entering the market, 639 units versus 448 sold units. And taking a look at the average number of days of for a condo unit, it's 15 days. And as you can see, we're going back to the number on average of days homes sold, the condo units sold, back to where just past January. We had quite a drop, 18 days February and in March. So we're back to where March on average, 15 days for a home to sell. And again, this seems to be continuous. Looking at July 2019, it's huge difference in the number of days on average for condominiums to sell, 36 days. So that's pretty much cut in half, which is quite significant. Why is this happening? A lot of freehold properties are being fought over in multiple bids. The prices of freeholds are on the climb, and in return, what's happening is people are coming towards alternative ways of housing, and that is condominiums. So perhaps it would be the best time really to either buy or sell a condo unit at the time being. And finally, we're taking a look at the sold price versus original price ratio. And looking at July 2020, very similar to residential freeholds, you have 102%. Versus July 2019, which is 99%. So about a 3% difference between the ratio of a list price of a unit versus the sold price. Okay, so there you have it. I hope this was helpful. I'm available if you guys have any sort of question about your specific neighborhood, areas of interest. I'd be more than glad to answer any questions by text, email, FaceTime, Zoom, phone call, anything, you name it. Don't be shy. So please feel free. As far as what's to come, what's to happen with the real estate market, really nobody knows. I know a lot of people are speculating, on the fact that everything's gonna crash a year from now. Anything is possible, but understand this, that again, they're gonna keep the interest rates low. As far as that's going on, the activity may continue. We still have a long way to go as a capital, with all the government-based jobs, the high-tech companies that are based here. And in comparison to the other cities and their income levels, such as Toronto and Vancouver, I think the home prices still have a lot of room to grow. But I guess the last thing you would want, especially as a buyer, is to wait 6-8 months or a year from now. And if the prices do continue and increase, then you won't be able to purchase this home that you were able to comfortably afford in a specific price bracket. And now you're faced with a dilemma of whether to purchase a home smaller than you could have easily afford a year ago, or to just hold back and see what's to come. And from historic the data, from what I'm seeing, is housing prices in Ottawa have climbed over the years. They have been stable in a balanced market, but we've never really seen a significant drop in prices. So that's something to remember in case you are comfortable to purchase a home now and are just holding back. So that's my two piece on that. I mean, you're welcome to do what you like and consult other professionals, but that's just a personal opinion. I hope this was helpful. Please remember to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. Until next time.